Hello and welcome to another video by myself, Daniel. I'm also known as the Board Scrambler. This evening I am making my way up the most direct route up to Ole Wen, which is a 978 metre tall mountain on the southern tip of the Carnegie mountain range, which is in Wales. Now I've left it a little bit late today setting off, so I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to summit before sunset, but I've got my tent with me, so hopefully I can find myself a nice spot. I'll stay here for the night and then I'll be getting up nice and early and making my way back down to the car, where I'll swap my rucksack over and go out for a day's hiking and scrambling tomorrow. So this evening I've parked up in one of the laybys on the A5 road and I've made my way along the footpath towards Ole Wen Cottage. I've stopped a couple of times to admire the streams, which are in full flow after the heavy rain that we had earlier today. Opposite Ole Wen Cottage, I've stuck my head under the bridge just to have a look at the streams emerging and cascading under the bridge there. From here I've made my way onto the crest that is Ole Wen. Have a look at the Gliderai behind me. It's really moody with the low clouds and sort of broken blue sky mixed in there. So I'm about 3/4 of the way up Ole Wen, and as you can see, the sun is setting in the distance, which means I need to have a scratch around and see if I can find somewhere to put the tent up, which at the moment isn't looking too promising. I'm sure I'll find somewhere. Righty, so it's getting dark very quickly. I'm over 3/4 of the way to the summit and rapidly running out of nice places to pitch the tent. So I found a spot that's not ideal, but it will do for one night. It is right here. Right in there. You can probably see the clouds whipping over the edge of the mountain there. Looks absolutely lovely, hey? But it's nice and sheltered here, hardly even a breeze. So I'm going to get the tent pitched. Well, that didn't take me long to get the tent pitched up, so that's all pitched and pegged in, and I've got my mattress blown up, my sleeping bags in there, just in time for a beautiful sunset, as you can probably see behind me. Okay, so the sun has set. That went down quite quickly. Tent's up. I think I'm gonna go and tuck in, have a little bit of food lying down in bed and go and get an early night. Righty, so I'm in. I'm gonna say good night and I'll see you in the morning for a nice early start. Hey, good morning. I managed to get a pretty decent night's sleep last night in the Fox 2 tent. Had a bit of heavy rain a couple of times during the night that woke me up, but other than that, yeah, I had quite a good nap in there. So I'm going to get everything packed up, going to make my way to the summit, show you what it looks like at the top. I'm not sure if we'll see that much because it's really foggy this morning. I think the weather forecast is that it's going to clear by late morning, but I'll probably be down off of the mountain by then. So that's me all packed up, leave no trace, etc, etc. And there was a brief moment where the sunshine came out there as well, so I'm getting hopeful for the rest of the day. And I've made it to the summit. That was probably only about 20 minutes from where I pitched my tent last night. And as you can see in the footage, really foggy up here in the morning. So maybe that should be a bit of a warning. It's not easy to navigate up here if you've never been up here before. So I'm just standing next to the summit cairn. And the view, as you can see, well, this is probably the best it's been all morning. I've got about 40 meters, 50 meters visibility. So that's 978 meters to the summit. And the route that I took yesterday in the evening and this morning was the South Ridge, which is the scrambly route. Now that scrambling route wasn't crazy difficult. I would just grade that as a grade 1 scramble. It was mostly just making my way over lots of rocks, including quite a few that were loose. If you're not really into scrambling, then I'd say the East Ridge might be a better option for you. It's more grassy, a bit more of a slog. There is still a scramble on the East Ridge, but it's much shorter. It's more of a short burst. But both of the routes can be difficult to navigate when you've got fog like you see here this morning. Anyway, I'm going to make my way back down the South Ridge to Ole Wen Cottage. I'm going to change over my clothes and my rucksack, and hopefully by then the weather would have improved and I'm going to go out and do a bit of scrambling on the nearby Glideri mountain range. Before I go, I just wanted to point out a couple of the hazards on this route. There isn't a well-made path that goes all the way from the start to the summit. As you've seen in the footage, it's really quite rugged on here. So when the cloud rolls in, it does make it a little bit difficult to follow the line. If you're careful, you can certainly pick it out, but if you're not used to mountaineering and it's a very foggy, cloudy, misty day, it definitely could be problematic. You've also got plenty of loose boulders and scree all over the route as well, so it isn't like Snowdon. You know, if you've been up Snowdon before and you're thinking, oh, I'll go and try this mountain, well, Snowdon has a pretty much well-worn, well-made path all the way to the summit, and it's not really like this on this mountain, so you just need to be extra careful on here, that's all. It's a very, I would describe it as a very rugged mountain. Here's the spot where I camped last night. You can see it a little bit better now, right there, and that's the view clearing up. So I hope that you found this video insightful and it's given you a bit of a look at what the mountain is like, and hope you've enjoyed the footage of me having a sneaky wild camp on the slopes of Ole Wen. Look, my name is Daniel. I'm also known as the Board Scrambler. If you've enjoyed this footage, do hit the like button and don't forget to subscribe to my channel as well. So this was the most direct route to Ole Wen, which is the South Ridge, coming up from Ole Wen Cottage all the way to the summit and back down again. I think it's going to take about 2.5 hours, maybe 3 hours if you're a little bit slow to get to the summit, and obviously a lot quicker to get back down. So again, thanks for watching, and I hope to see you again someday.